I'm Kaylin, and this is Hudson, and we actually just got married this past June, and then we found out a month and a half later that we were pregnant. So exciting. But yeah, honestly, just like stepping into marriage and like having a child, just so many fears about like the future and even just like regrets and like control and just so many lies that I had been believing and partnering with the enemy in. And it was just so beautiful to nail those to the cross and to speak the truth and what Jesus says about them. And I'm just so thankful for you guys for leading it. And I'm really thankful for Beth and Rodney. We actually got here like 2 days late because of the snow. And we came in and we were like, we're not even going to stay. Like, we've already missed so much of it. And we were going to leave. And like Rodney, like past shoulders, and was like, no, like, you got to stay. And they're like, we're not even signed up for food. And then this woman walks up and she's like, actually, a couple didn't show up. Like, here's food for the whole weekend. We're like, all right, we can't argue with that. And so we stayed. And yeah, God has just brought so much healing and so much truth. And I'm just so thankful. So thank you guys.
Yes, it's true. We showed up like 2 days late, and partially probably because of the snow, but also I was like, babe, we just got married. We don't really need this right now. Like we're doing pretty good. Like we're going pretty strong. We take care of things, and you get it. And we both love the Lord, and yeah, I was like, no, we're fine, but. Definitely that was a attack from the enemy, spiritual warfare. God knew that we needed to get here, and the enemy did not want us to come here. And going into it, I was like, I had that mentality that we don't need this. Nothing's going to change. Yeah, I have all of these issues and these things that I've been struggling through, and things that I carry from my past. My dad left when I was young, and just growing up like feeling super alone and. Just super negative, pessimistic view on life, and was an atheist, and contemplated suicide and drugs and women, and just a total life of sin. And then to meet the Lord and have that all turned around, but think that I'm just okay and I don't have to really deal with any of those deep wounds. When you get married, all that stuff really it comes to the surface big time. I was like, this is going to be sick. I'm getting married. And then you get married and it's like, oh man, this is really tough. Like all of my junk is just right in front of me all the time. And somebody's holding me accountable every day. That's brutal, man, because I got a lot of junk. And I think so negatively, or I did think so negatively about myself, thinking that I would, just be better off if I would, die or run away, and I wouldn't hurt my wife anymore if I just left. Like the damage is done. I should just get out of here and save everyone the difficulty, and just having this terrible outlook on myself that I'm incapable to get over these things that I struggle with, and struggling with lust and pornography, and just thinking that I was totally bound to it and it would never get better. And like, do I even really love my wife because I look at these terrible things, or I have these terrible thoughts? And even my relationship with the Lord has just been struggling so much, thinking that God's like just not happy with me because I'm not doing the good stuff. I don't even love God because I'm not doing the right thing. I'm not loving my wife the right way, or honoring Him with my thoughts, and just really struggling since we've gotten married, and throughout my whole life with just that pessimism and that even just suicidal stuff. And the Lord just gave me a crazy revelation with our group. We had an incredible group that accepted us even 2 days late, and I spoke all of these things out with the group, and they heard, and they were listening to the Holy Spirit and asked the Holy Spirit to come reveal things and to speak. And that's just an incredible model that you guys shared and led us through, is to let us experience the Holy Spirit, to allow room for Him to operate. And so in that time, I spoke all those things, and then at the end, It was, what does God want to replace all of these negative things that I think about myself? What does he want to replace it with? And earlier in the day, we had wrote down, what do we think God thinks about us? And I wrote down strong son, conqueror, fighter, and righteous. And when I wrote those things down, I said, this is just going to be great. I'm going to write down what I think God thinks about me, but I don't really think about myself. And then they'll probably talk about it, and I'm just going to like shake my head the whole time, like, yeah, if only I was that, you know? But in that moment, when I read those things back out, God was just like, just showed me that absolutely nothing needs to change in my physical circumstance for me to be that person right now. And that totally blew my mind. It was crazy. I think everyone at the table was like, oh my gosh, what just happened? Like, it was a total shift. And I'm still kind of riding on a high, like, what was that? And I told them, I was like, I'm sharing all this stuff with you guys whenever I was sharing my junk. I know I'm going on, but I got to share it. But when I was sharing all the junk, I was like, I'm telling you guys this stuff. And in the back of my mind, I know nothing's going to come of it. Nothing's going to change. I'm not going to get fixed. I'm not going to get better. Like, this is how I am. That was that spirit of pessimism. And in that moment, it was just that boom, light bulb. Like, God was like, actually, I'm going to do it right now. And I'm going to show you, you are a strong son. You are a conqueror. You are a fighter. You're righteous. And I just woke up this morning and looked in the mirror and spoke those words over myself. And that's who I am. And thank you guys for creating this space. Truly. Yeah.